Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, Hassan and welcome to this Let's Play of Citizen Sleeper. Last episode, well, we found the guy Ankita was looking for. Turns out he stole Ankita's ship mind so that he could try and save a sleeper that he had fallen in love with. Then Ankita showed up, and by the end of it, he was dead, the sleeper was dead, and Ankita just walked off in a daze. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if we'll be able to find any information. Talk to Ankita about what happened. I don't know where she is. She must be over there somewhere. I just didn't notice. Yeah, I have no idea where she is. I'll need to find her. I'll see if she's there. If she is, we'll talk to her. If she's not... She doesn't appear to be anywhere around here. Maybe she'll show up after we take a rest. Some decent rolls there. Well, Ankita's not at her ship. Unless the ship is elsewhere. That is something that could be the case. There it is. There's the ambergris. Amber is docked here at a rickety old jetty, but she's sealed up. A note says, "Sleeper, stay. I'll be ready soon." I guess we'll find out eventually. Well, we still need 3 more cycles for that. We can't do anything at the Haifa Labs. I think we've done almost everything we can over here. Deal with that later. That's the flotilla. Matsutake caps, you need to do things. Investing in Bliss's Bay, we'll need more money for that. Lem. That's something we can do. Rico's experiments we're working on. The first batch for the Overlook is almost ready. Alright. And working for Rabaya. So we can work for Rabaya, and we can work on getting money. Okay. I think I know what we can work on doing. I'd also like to finish up with these 2. Which I can, very easily, actually. 2 more of these, and I can finish babysitting Mina. Oh, that actually got me energy. That's actually a nice thing to do. Okay, you know what? I'll leave that be, and I'm going to go ahead and work on this. This will get me more money. Oh, that is very nice. A lot more money, very good to have. That's a little bit. But we got it. Okay. Now we can do another rest. You know what? I'm gonna feed the stray. I don't need to do it all the time, but it's nice to do it now and then. Ah, and I think the Overlook is finished. There we go. Tala comes to you one shift when the bar is empty, tapping you on the shoulder as you clean the bar. "It's ready." She's grinning from ear to ear. "The Droll?" "Obviously." She grabs you by the arm before you can ask anything else and drags you into the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter, a cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now, the newly installed lights making the place look clean whether it is or not. Tala has already piled up a couple of stools around a metal crate, where 2 glasses with a few fingers pale Jarol inside sit waiting. She smiles. "I haven't even tried it yet." You can tell she is nervous. You both sit at the makeshift table, the slight strangeness of the situation making you both jumpy. Tala hands you a glass. Cheers, she says solemnly and knocks the glass back. You do the same. The first sensation is burning, a sharp, nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your frame querying whether you would like to activate safe mode. You gulp the drink back, and it is only then, behind the burn, that you taste the earthy tones of the mushrooms, the wood and the soil left behind like sediment, barely there. Oh, that is strong! Tala nods vigorously. Whew, that was heavy. Maybe needs diluting? Tala swills the Girol in her glass. That might work. Open it up a bit. Tala grabs a metal bottle from the newly installed work surface and adds a few drops of water into the Girol. Try again. This time, the burn is a warming glow, harsh but fading off, and the woodiness left heavy. You taste something floral in among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. Both you and Tala meet eyes. It's really good, right? It is. Tala grins with her whole face, and that makes you smile too. Tala pours out some Girol and then adds some more water. The action's already taking on the quality of a ritual. You both drink. Tala tucks her feet up beneath her on the stool, folding her legs. She looks down into her glass and swirls the liquid thoughtfully. What's on your mind? Tala looks up at nothing in particular. My father opened this place, you know, she says out of nowhere, a thought suddenly becoming words. It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the Eye. Your family? My father, my brother, my little brother. They aren't around now. Aren't around as in... dead? She puts her glass down. My parents, yeah, but my brother is somewhere in the Starward Belt. Ran off with a salvage crew. I was just thinking about something my father told me. When he first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Bantayan, but he was afraid it'd scare off the customers, so he kind of translated it. Hence the Overlook. In these past few cycles, when I've been in here, I've been thinking that I should rename the place. The Bantayan. What do you think? What does it mean? Dad said he translated it to Overlook, so something like that. Watchtower, maybe. Lookout. Ah, that settles it then. To the Bantayan! You both clink your glasses and drink up. Tala hisses through her teeth. Still harsh. Oh, sleeper! I totally forgot. She stumbles to her feet. She lurches over to a corner of the room covered with a plastic sheet and whips it off, like a magician performing a trick. Beneath it is a neat little kitchen, a sink, a work surface, and a compact oven with a hob. Your kitchen! She doesn't give you time to respond. You can come make stuff here anytime, as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. I need those for the Girol. I was thinking, too, that if things pick up, we can start serving proper food at the Overlook... I mean the Bantayan. Do you like it? It's perfect. Tala gives you a hug, then quickly stands back. I'm sorry, I'm so glad you're here. She grins. Me too. As Tala tidies away the glasses, you inspect the kitchen, checking that it all works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you've had to put up with, it feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tala comes back through to the bar, and you share a glass of the good Girol, the one she didn't distill. And this time you talk about nothing in particular, sharing stories about regulars or discussing the best place to eat on the Eye, which, after everything that has happened, feels like a nice change of pace. When it comes time to leave, you promise to cook for Tala and agree to let her know which shifts you'll be working in the coming cycles, and then slip out into the cool of her rotunda. And in this moment, you feel, for once, at home. Drive complete. Well, may as well take the last one here. Hard to kill, even though I'm not going to get that low. And what we got there, we can cook matsutake caps. The matsutake require a softer touch. You've learned to thinly slice and lightly fry them to keep their flavor. Or Girol caps. You haven't exactly mastered the art of cooking mushrooms, but a couple of handfuls of fried Girols always beat expired rations. And I think doing that gets us energy if we do that. So overall, I believe that's the end of her story, at least here. And honestly, I do believe that's a nice one. I haven't gone into what I think of all the stories, have I? Not really. I'll try going into them later and what I think of them. For now, though, let's continue moving around. We have a full thing. We should finish up with lemon meat. Oh, wait, we're full. You know what? I'm not going to waste energy on that. I need more money. So, how about we go to the bridge here? Do some work, get more money. Ooh, 2 5s. Very nice. I'm not going to finish the side reel horizon. But I mean, I'm getting plenty. This is helping a lot. Okay, and now I am going to go ahead and take a rest. We got a lot of money now. And we should be able to go see Ankita. Let's go see her. Oh, those are some nice rolls. That is good. But yeah, let's just see what Ankita has to say. You spot Ankita on the track to the farm stack. She has a box on her shoulder and is working her way down the slope. She sees you as she approaches. Neither of you speak for a moment. She looks tired, pale. Her hair is tangled and clumps of dirt cling to her armor. You both eye each other. Ankita? She holds up a hand. Sleeper. I'm sorry for what happened. Truly I am. I am sorry you ended up in the middle of this when all you have shown me is kindness. I'm sorry. For that, Sleeper, that... She stares at the floor. I'm sorry. She looks up and away, not meeting your eye. What you did is kind of unforgivable. She looks at you. I understand. Ankita shifts the weight of the box on her shoulder. I've been preparing for... Look, can you come with me? It's easier if... If what? You see it. It's just down the way. Ankita leads on down the dirt path between the pillars. There's a wind passing through the greenway, a quirk of the air currents the biosphere maintains, and it ruffles the leaves softly. The sound makes the silence more obvious, more complete. You try not to think of the last time you were here. You've been trying not to think of it for the past few cycles. The image of the sleeper, sprawled, twisted open, connected to the ship mind, has been hard to forget. You realize Ankita is leading you back there, back into the drum at the center of the stack. You pause, trembling a little at the threshold. She turns. What are you doing? She looks at you with empty eyes. What needs to be done? You stand on the threshold and look up at the tanks, green and wet, some glowing with flickering grow lamps. You look down at Ankita, suddenly so small under this hulking ruin, the smallest she has ever looked. She places the box down. Follow her in. You follow Ankita into the stack through a low tank, entering the drum at ground level. It is just as beautiful as you remember, but it barely touches you. Instead, you check the apertures of the tanks for the glint of a weapon or a shadow among the moss. Ankita stops, and you look down. The mossy island at the center of the tank is clear now, the equipment cleared away. In its place is a mound of dirt loosely covered with moss. Ashton's rifle stands straight, half buried in the dirt at the grave's head. I buried them together, Ankita says without turning. You both stand there in silence for a little while. You think of questions you could ask, about Ashton, about the sleeper. How long did you know him? She takes a moment to respond, and for a moment you think she won't, but then the words come gushing out. He signed on a while ago. He used to run recon for a corporate outfit, but he got sick of the pay. He joined the crew as a sniper, and the first few jobs were a breeze. He was so cold, disconnected. He always hit his marks. The last few jobs, though, he was different. I noticed that. We'd had a period of extended shore leave on the Eye, and when he came back, he was changed. I assumed he'd just had too much time off. He was right. I never would have given him the ship mind. I wouldn't have believed him. I've had crew members double-cross me, undercut me, rat me out. That's the business. He wasn't a good person. None of us in this job are. This is how we die. Alone. She stops, not sure of what to add. Seems like she is reaching for something, but she can't quite get there. You feel that gap between you, and as you do, it widens. The water drips. The moss trembles. You both stand in silence for a little while longer. You both feel it. Life creeping back in. The silence ending. Ankita shifts her weight and then starts to walk out. You follow her, suddenly eager to be back out in the open space of the greenway. To be away from this place forever. You stand outside and breathe the fresh air. You stare at the green leaves and the stars wheeling above them. That's it, says Ankita from somewhere behind you. You try to think of something to say, but can't. Ankita puts a hand on your shoulder. You turn back to her. At least take this. She forces a handful of cryo-chits into your hands. It's what I owe. She looks at you desperately. You look down at the metal bars. Ugly little things, you think. Take the chits. You take the chits and turn without saying a word. You continue up the track, and she does not follow. As you walk up the rise, the wind picks up and the leaves shudder. You walk faster, trying to outpace your anger. The chits are heavy in your pockets, and you hate them for reminding you of how little a life is worth. And so ends it with her. We still have others we can do. One more cycle for the aviary, but I guess we can go and help Lem and Mina. Oh, one more thing here. There we go. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You are perched at a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asks Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Girol from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. Sure. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side reel. He grins broadly. Clearly, he has been desperate to tell you all cycle. That's amazing. Lem holds up his drink. Couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little Meanie back there. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen much of her these past cycles. She misses her father. Lem looks away. Yeah, he says to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lem takes a drink, his eyes fixed on the bedroom door. You okay? I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. I pulled her off of a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the Eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway here. Everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapon locker. She was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lips. He shivers. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her with me still clinging to her. Still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand. We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. Once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. You saved her. I'm going to sound like an idiot now, but she saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit, its stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me? I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost. But I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? The side reel will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry. I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now, both of us in with a chance. Exactly. Imagine, all three of us riding the side rail horizon out of here. To a new world! He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank too fast. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. Me too. Alright then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it. From both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip out of the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina in your mind. Hey, another upgrade point complete. We unfortunately need 3 to improve things. Well, you know what we can do? We can take care of Rabaya's office. We can do a whole bunch here, actually. Getting scrap components? Yeah, I can actually use that. I mean, this is gonna take a while. Might not be as good as patrolling the ward, but I mean, it's still getting me scrap components, which are good. One mechanic ties a new filtration system for the block's atrium, and after you help install it, he offers you some of the remaining scrap. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a bit there. We have a ton of money now, and we'll be able to use it to pay for the thing up there. We can buy more stabilizer if we need it. For now, though, I think we'll rest. We'll feed the stray. We have enough money, we can. And end of the cycle. And you know what? I think I'm going to end this episode here. Well, yeah. I'm going to end this episode here. Next episode, we might patrol the ward. And I'm going to see about getting those mushrooms. That actually sounds like something I should do. I can now harvest 3 of the mushrooms, which should get me enough to get what I need. But I'll deal with that in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chestic44, also known as Falai. This has been a Let's Play of Citizen Sleeper, and I shall see you all next time.